Newly released document shows insane level Biden administration went through to crush COVID opponents. I mean, we can only imagine. We pretty much already know. I mean, I got my whole channel nuked for going over studies and showing what now the FDA admits that it causes myocarditis in kids and children in particular. Something that I showed research on my old YouTube channel, and they deleted it because of that fact. And it's crazy. Everything we've been saying over the years pertaining to COVID is absolutely true. Absolute. And now we got the FDA coming out and admitting those facts. It's just crazy seeing that. And now we even see how Biden shadow banned and got channels deleted and got people kicked off of platforms and stuff, all because we were too close to the truth. So we're going to talk about it, but before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Red State. And I don't know if it's some things on here that I can't talk about yet. So if it's some things on here, I might have to blank out or whatnot. If y'all really want to know all of my thoughts pertaining to the jabby jabs, y'all check me out on Patreon. I've done tons of research on it. I went through so many studies pertaining to the jab. But Red State reports that newly released documents show that former President Joe Biden's administration labeled critics who oppose any of the COVID mandates as domestic violent extremists, a designation usually saved for militias. So I know I was on that list. Even though I had a small channel, my old channel had more subscribers than I have right now, but still wasn't a lot of subscribers. I think I had like 3,000 maybe subscribers or so. And so I even though I only had like that, I'm sure I was on some type of government list. But in a new report from Catherine Herridge, recently declassified intelligence documents revealed that Biden's administration was so determined to force mask and vaccine mandates that it was willing to crush Americans' First Amendment rights to silence any opposition. It is just more proof that you can't hate them enough, right? I mean, just disgusting. The report is titled, quote, "New Biden administration labeled opponents of COVID mandates as domestic violent extremists." That's right, violent extremists. Heritage posted a portion of her report on X that read, newly released documents show the designation infringed on the First Amendment and opened the door to investigating Americans for vaccine mandate skepticism. The Biden administration labeled Americans who oppose COVID-19 vaccination and mask mandates as domestic violent extremists, or DVEs, according to newly declassified intelligence records obtained by Public, Schellenberger, Galaxy Brain, and Catherine Herridge reports. The designation creates an articulable purpose for FBI and other government agents to open an assessment of individuals, which is often the first step towards a formal investigation, said a former FBI agent. The report, which the director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, has declassified, claims that, quote, anti-government or anti-authority violent extremists, specifically militias, characterize COVID-19 vaccination and mask mandates as evidence of government overreach, which it definitely was. I mean, so you get put on a list for stating facts, for stating truth. A sweeping range of COVID narratives have resonated with DVEs motivated by QAnon. The FBI, Department of Homeland Security, and the National Counterterrorism Center co-authored the December 13, 2021 intelligence product, whose title reads, "DVEs and Foreign Analogs May React Violently to COVID-19 Mitigation Mandates." Former FBI agent Steve Friend said by designating critics as part of violent extremism, quote, it's a way they could go to social media companies and say, you don't want to propagate domestic terrorism, so you should take down this content. Again, I got a whole channel nuked for going over studies that they finally admit is true today. Heritage's report noted that the prominent narratives for those who oppose mandates include the belief that COVID-19 vaccines are unsafe, especially for children, are part of the government or global conspiracy to deprive individuals of their civil liberties and livelihoods, or are designed to start a new social or political order, which is all turned out to, guess what, be true, especially with the children thing. Well, I told you the FDA just admitted that they made the makers of the jab have to put it on the inserts now. They have to admit that it could cause myocarditis. A February 2022 report titled "Special Analysis: Joint Analytic Cells investigates the socio-political factors amplifying persistent domestic violent extremist threat," the Heritage report continues. The newly declassified report seems to draw a straight line between opposition to vaccine mandates and elevated levels of domestic terrorism, and there's nothing could be further from the truth. However, a close reading of the report's statistics revealed that of the 2,950 domestic terrorism cases handled by the FBI, the vast majority were related to the January 6th siege of the U.S. Capitol. Those cases included parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol building. Heritage shared some additional context regarding the reporting, noting that the declassified document suggests that the Biden administration based in intelligence collection on political goals, thus turning the process of intelligence collection and analysis on its head. Joe Biden, Anthony Fauci, and company response to COVID was one of the biggest unconstitutional power grabs of all time. That's exactly what it was. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. Again, I lost the whole channel behind this nonsense, which is all right for me. You know, I had to start from scratch. It didn't, I never really got into this to make money or anything like that. I really got into this just to spread the word and get information out there. So I had to start a whole new channel. But I feel a little vindicated now that everything that we've been saying over the years turned out to be true, especially pertaining to the jab. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.